Back in the early 1980s, I couldn't wait to wake up on Saturday mornings. I loved watching the animated adventures of Flash Gordon and the new adventures of Space Ghost. With the fall of 1981, things changed. ABC still had Super Friends, but that always came off as dull to me. Kind of babyish. Sure, CBS had Bugs Bunny, but I'd seen him so much that, if Bugs Bunny had forgotten his lines, I probably could finish the sentence for him. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, fall, 1981. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. This was a cartoon, loaded with action, thrills, and even laughs. Lots of superheroes. Marvelous superheroes. I'd seen most of these heroes in comics and on repeats of the mid-60s Marvel Superheroes cartoon show on the local UHF stations here and there. But this was different. It was actually great. It was like Marvel Team Up. This cartoon had it all. Well, or so I thought. The next year, they made the show an hour long and dedicated the other half to the Incredible Hulk. Yes, the Incredible Hulk. Like the one in the comics. No walking from town to town hiding from a reporter. This Hulk smashed tanks. Oh yeah, that Hulk. The hour of excitement fueled my play for the whole week. My brothers and I played for hours after watching these. Then came the day back in 1983 in Mr. Bates' class. That fateful day, I was trying to draw a sketch of this ad from a hunting magazine. I was 11. I couldn't really draw what I was looking at. And it suddenly started taking shape. The Incredible Hulk, the Spider Friends, and this ad for a hunting knife all started mixing together in my head. And there you go. 11-year-old Vance Capley creates his first superhero, Bearman. I began drawing folded comics, 8.5 by 11, folded down the center. And I made a whole bunch of them. I gave most of them away, lost some, burned some when I was too old for that kid stuff. So I don't have many of them left. They're a great way to practice. You don't even have to sell them or give them away. They can just be for you. You'll build your skills. After a while, I decided I wanted to go ahead and do a real Bearman comic book to be put in stores. Now, Bearman started off as a very serious kind of Hulk-esque superhero who eventually became more of a thinking man's superhero because his alter ego was a scientist. And, I slowly started, letting him, Bearman would say, well, I can't handle this. I better let the scientist part of me, Dr. William Bulls, look in on this. And he would change back. Or Dr. Bulls would say, hey, I can't handle this monster. I'm going to change into Bearman, whatever. It was around the 101st issue of my little foldy comics. And yes, I still make those little foldy books for my own personal fun. Around the 101st issue, I decided that I wanted to inject some humor into the Bearman stories. And it was silly humor. But some of the humor I kind of borrowed from things that made me laugh, and I would put them in the stories. Stuff from the Spider Friends, like I said, Spider-Man's Amazing Friends. Stuff from The Simpsons, stuff from Three's Company, the dialogue. Things like that always, Benny Hill, whatever. These things always kept the little jokes stuck in my head, and I love to laugh. So I would put these little things in the comics. So anyway, around 2013, I decided I wanted to go ahead and do a print book, a real book that people can buy of Bearman. I was ready. I was like, okay, I've got this. So I put together this beast of a book. It's like 142 pages. And you can see it on the screen, the Grizzly Bearman. There's no number to it. Now, inside the book, it's going to tell you that this was number 1, this was number 2, this is from number 3, number 4. I actually tried to release them individually, and no one even looked. No one even purchased them. But at the time, I didn't know that you have to promote the crap out of stuff on the internet. Like right now, the thing I'm doing now, promoting this book, The Grizzly Bearman, which is available at lulu.com. And I hope eventually on Indie Planet, but we'll see. Anyway, in this book, you have different art styles because the fact that sometimes I like to draw in different art styles. So in some sections of the books, the Bearman book, it looks like maybe a 1960s or 70s comic book, and then it'll look like a kiddie book from Harvey or Whitman Comics or something like that. Then some of the other parts looks like it's just sketches. And then other parts looks like I spent hours drawing on it, which I did. And then in one story that I wrote, I wanted to bring back some Silver Age or Golden Age characters from comics past. And in this one story, the Bear Ghoul, or the Ghoul as he's calling this, anyway, it tells the story of him trying to bring back the Golden Age comic book villain, the Claw, and it doesn't go very well. In the story, I have Silver Streak and Daredevil's grandsons taking over the mantle of the heroes and not doing a great job, but they're trying. And there's a lot of comedy injected in here, like I said. But eventually, the original heroes show up and help Bearman, and it's just a lot of fun. And I put this book out, and I think I sold maybe a handful of copies, I'll be honest with you. And it kind of disappointed me a little bit because this is the character I made it when I was a kid. But the thing is, I went ahead and I tried it, and there it is for the whole world to see. This thing that I created when I was a little boy at 11 years old, I put out there for everyone to see. So, if you have an idea, and you know, you're a kid or you're grown up or whatever, you have an idea for a comic book superhero, and you may think it's a little bit silly, go ahead, draw it, write it. Then take that and hold on to it. Don't throw it away. Don't get rid of it. Don't laugh at it and go, stupid, throw it in the trash. Hold on to it. Somewhere down the line, there's going to be something else that pops in your head that clicks and makes you go, that's what it needed. And then there you go. And that's what happened with Bearman. I needed that comic element, the funny element to it, for me to just say, that's what I needed. That was perfect. The big giant 142-page Grizzly Bearman book is available. I have a link to my Smack Jeeves, which is a webcomic page, and I got tons of comics on there. So go check them out, and if you see something you like, pick it up. Or just share the comics with your friends. And speaking of sharing things, like, share, and subscribe to these videos that I make. And I thank you for watching, and have a wonderful weekend.
Vance Kepley is a self-taught artist who has worked in various mediums, including drawing, painting, and graphic design for over 20 years. He now has his designs here on TeePublic. Old school, unique, stylish. He is also available to help you with your original TeePublic designs. Make sure you visit Vance Kepley Art 1972 at teepublic.com. You'll be glad you did.